Alright, so today we're going to be doing multiplying and dividing a decimal by a power of 10. Now we're not going to use the calculator for this work. Alright, it's a pretty easy thing to do and I think we should be able to do this without the calculator. Of course you could type it in, but that's not what I want you to do. So I want you to do all the working like I tell you, and if you don't do the working, I'll think you've just put it in your calculator and that's not done. Okay, so a power of 10 is anything that's a 1 with some zeros after it. So 10, 100, because that's a 1 with zeros after it, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, etc. Right, so it starts with a 1 and it's got zeros after it. So if you have a decimal and you're timesing by 100, you get your red pen, underline how many zeros we have in that number, in the power of 10, and then we come over here and we're going to jump that decimal point 2 places because of the 2 zeros. Now because we're timesing, we're moving to the right. So we take our red pen. I'm actually going to write this number down because for some of them we won't have room to do what we've got to do. So we're going to write it down, and I want you to do that too. Then we're going to go to the right because of the time sign. 2 jumps. 1, 2. So the decimal point will fall in between the 3 and the 4. So the number is now going to look like this. The decimal point has moved into here, and there's your answer. Okay, so let's have a look at the next one. This time we have 3 zeros, underline them with your red pen. Times means we're going to the right. So we'll copy down this number. And now we're going to jump 3 places to the right. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. Just do it with your red pen so you can see what's going on. Now, in this spot here, we've jumped over something that doesn't exist. They are zeros. So just get your red pen and write 2 red zeros on there. So now our number will look like this. And the decimal point has moved to here. I still want you to put it in even if it's at the end of a number. If it is at the end of the number, they're trying to tell you that it's now a whole number. So it's 583,600. All right, looking at the next one. So this time we have 0.04 times 10. 10 has 1 0. We're going to copy this down, this decimal, and we're going to jump 1 place to the right for the timesing. So 1 place to the right, the decimal point will go into there. And if we write down what we have, it'll look like this. The decimal point's in here now. Now, anything that's a 0 before the decimal point does not need to be written down. So I'm going to cross that one out. You can leave that one if you like. Okay, we're used to writing it as 0.4. All right, let's look at the next one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, so we're going to be doing 4 jumps. But this time we have divided by. So divided by, we go to the left. Okay, so we're going to copy down our decimal. And we're going to jump this decimal point 4 jumps to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Decimal point will be here now. Copy all these numbers. And don't put the decimal point in 2 places. If you do that, you're going to get it wrong in the test. Okay, it can only be in 1 spot and it's moved to here now. Alright, if you want to put a 0 in front, you can. Otherwise, just make that decimal point really clear and it's correct. Okay, so I want you to write down over here, if it's times, we're moving to the right. Just so you remember. And when we're going to the divided by, once you go divided by, means we're going to the left. Okay, so you don't get them mixed up. So let's look at the next one. 10 has 1 0, so we're going to do 1 jump. Which way are we going? Divided by means we're going which way? Yeah, we're going to the left. Okay, so we're going that way. So we're going to copy down our decimal. And we're going to jump our decimal point 1 place to the left. And it'll go in there. So now we're going to write our answer. So it's 8.5934. Okay, looking at the next one, number 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros in that power of 10. Divided by means we're moving to the left. So let's write our number down. And we're jumping 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always make sure you've got room to the left and the right of the number so you can move either way. Now, I'm going to just try and line my number up here so you can see what I'm doing. All right, the decimal point is here. Remember, if we're jumping over empty spaces, they are zeros. So put them in with your red pen. 0028734. Okay, the decimal point has now jumped from there and it's over here now. All right, looking at the next one. So we're doing 4 more examples. Nice short lesson today. So we've got 10. Put your decimal down. And it's a time, so we're jumping to the right. Okay, so we're going 1 jump to the right. So our answer is going to be 0.8, the decimal point's here. And of course we don't need to write that down. All right, so it would just be the answer 8. 8's a whole number. All right, looking at the next one. 2 zeros. 2 jumps we're doing. Which way? Divided by means we're going to the left this time. So we're going to write our number down. And we're going to jump 2 places to the left. 1, 2. All right, so the decimal point is now here. Remember, any empty spaces are zeros. So we have 0.00362, and that's your answer. Okay, be very careful with that one. See how I've lined up my digits? So I don't mess up those zeros at the beginning and get it mixed up. Make sure your numbers are all lined up. All right, the next one. 2 zeros and we're going to the right. So 2 jumps to the right. Let's write the decimal down. And 2 jumps to the right. 1, 2. And what do we do when we've got an empty space that we're jumping over? Put a red 0. And here's our answer. 5, 2, 7, 8, 4, 3, 0. Decimal point. All right, so it's really easy, boys. You can do this. All right. 2 zeros. 2 jumps. Divided by to the left. So we put our decimal down. 2 jumps to the left. 1, 2. Empty space, put a red 0. And our answer is, put your point, that's where it's gone to now, 0.035, and that's your answer. Okay, so all you're doing is exactly what I've done. As I said, you must do the working that I have done in all of these. Okay, so you're going to put your decimal down, show me your jumps with your red pen, which way they're going and how many, then write your answer. Okay, so good luck with your homework.